I'm rocking with my black and blue ones.
Hello to everyone who is watching at home or anywhere else. This is going to be a sponsored actual play. We are playing Era Kaiju. If you haven't checked out the Kickstarter, please check out the links. They will be in the description and in the pinned comment. Era Kaiju is a tabletop RPG where you get to play as a giant monster and you defend your territory against other giant monsters or whatever threat comes your way. So we have our players here. We have Rhea, we have Josh, and we have Silverlight. Hmm. Oh, yes, this is a good moment to do so. Silverlight, before we begin, do you see those three dots in your little screen where it says Silverlight? There are three dots to the right.
Uh,
Click on them to put in the upper box the name of your kaiju.
aha, yes.
Just
Sorry.
like, Rhea, you too as well. In the upper box, just like, for example, Josh, you can see that he has the name of his kaiju on top, and he has Josh. Yeah, that's fine as well. And you can also write your name of the kaiju. Whoops, I think he dropped a bit. Let me get him back
What have we done? Oh, no,
over here. Yes, it's the little dots
that was
next
my
to the
bad.
microphone icon.
Yeah, no, I just pressed the wrong button. That was entirely my bad.
Okay. Well, while Silverlight adjusts that,
There we go.
Ria, please give us a brief description of the physical appearance of your kaiju and a bit of the background.
Sure. There is a lizard, kind of bit more of a snake, actually. They came from another plane of existence. They don't know where it is, or also how they got here. They're a little bit young and not quite accustomed to turning up in other places yet. They don't actually need to eat, but they like to. This can unfortunately lead to the wrong things being eaten because they haven't really learned much about what they should be yet, and things like what is human and generally being a little bit more knowledgeable about the worlds they end up in might be something they should learn quite quickly.
An outsider among the kaiju. That's going to be very interesting. From another world, another dimension, perhaps. Now, Silverlight, tell us about your kaiju.
So, Etheria is the exact definition of a living shadow. It doesn't necessarily hold a physical form, or not one that many people can see through its misty layer of shadow. It thrives within darkness and really does not like light, and it feeds on the dreams of like humans or even bigger beasts and converts them into nightmares when he feeds on them.
And that's perfect because it kind of makes an interesting contrast with Josh's kaiju. Josh, tell us about your kaiju.
Debris. He was a creature created by an alchemist by the name of Fakatsu. Her parents were killed during the Battle of the Red Rivers in Phrygia. She created a balanced exchange in order to resurrect Fakatsu's parents. The souls buried within the rubble and the rubble itself inside the sacred towers formed Debris. However, the mother and father of Fakatsu controlled Debris' actions, although they have lost much of their former sentience. The kaiju is healing and nurturing in nature, healing humans and other kaiju in need. Both of Fakatsu's parents were doctors at Shinhai's hospital. The breeze feeds on the nightmares of others, turning them into dreams.
So you can all see, when it comes to Silverlight's kaiju, he actually it's the nightmares. But in the case of Josh's kaiju, that kaiju it's the dreams, and they actually produce the thing that the other one needs. So there is a certain coexistence between the two kaiju. And just if it wasn't too clear, the Breeze is pretty much like an undead lizard type of creature that has these ghosts surrounding it, and it heals through those ghosts. Now, and so it begins. The strongest kaiju in the world have been summoned through avian kaiju messengers to gather in Gomodor's half-submerged cave near the coastal Blue Star City. You are standing in the middle of a colossal half-submerged cave. The water reaches up to your knees, and Gomodor has not yet arrived.
My friends, where's Dumbledore?
You can all hear the sound of stomping and splashing. A limping sound, and a creature with a vaguely humanoid resembling body, the exterior shell of a crab, and the horned head of a turtle with a sharp beak covered in scars, using a huge industrial metal pipe as a small walking stick, enters. He makes strange noises. Gomodor addresses everyone, telling everyone that he is glad that they meet in this ominous time. He glances around in expectation of your answers.
Dumbledore, it is nice to finally meet you. And I noticed that the scars upon your body, they give a certain essence about you. I like.
Gomodor nods, waves his arms dramatically, and continues to communicate in strange sounds. Communicating to everyone that he has experienced terrifying nightmares where the entire world is destroyed and all of you are dead.
I turn to Etheria and the fair. I say, what say you? I've heard speak of. We are in the presence of Dumbledore. We should say something, my friends. I stutter a little bit.
I don't say so much, but I sort of try some gentle hissing and sort of see if that brings up any reaction.
Gomodor moves his beak rapidly and continues his communication. He addresses something that he has witnessed, and he is abruptly interrupted by the sounds of explosions in the direction of Blue Star City, just a few hundred meters away from the cave.
Seek source destruction.
Gomodor lifts his metal pipe and points towards the exit of the cave, makes strange noises, growling noises, communicating that it is best that you investigate the source of the sound.
I will do as you ask. Come on, my friends. We go.
I will leave the cave as quickly as possible.
I will disappear into shadows and leave the cave through them.
Suddenly, Etheria finds itself thinking about the future, about what will be done, and takes no action in the present.
Frozen in time.
I think back to my friends. I say, Dumbledore, I hope he stays safe. Be well, Dumbledore.
And so Gomodor watches as the three of you exit the cave. Immediately after exiting the half-submerged cave, you see Blue Star City being attacked by planes, battleships, tanks, but they are unusual, not quite as you remember them. Each one of these vehicles of destruction of the humans have strange purple goo covering their frontal area. They are attacking buildings, killing people with their bombardment.
My eyes just grow as wide as the sky. Paranoia fills my body. I say to my friends yet again, my friends, these horrors called mankind, I don't want to destroy them. But if we must protect the city and the people within it, we must.
What are they? Sorry, what?
Humans, tiny little mortals. I'm actually made of these things, but I am dead. Deader than you'll ever know.
So, okay, leave them alone. Right, help them. Got it.
Help them if you can, but if they would do harm to you, I'm afraid the only thing you can do is hurt them back, but try not to if you can. Please.
You say human, I say food.
While you are communicating, several squadrons of planes begin shooting at the three of you, mostly focusing on Rhea.
Real, watch out!
I will attempt to create a wall of shadows to defend her. Sorry.
Etheria thinks about the future and misses the action, but Rhea can now act in the present.
I look around to see if there's anything I can move towards and climb on top of very quickly.
There is a small hill. Rhea, if Rhea takes action, if Nather takes action, reaction plus willpower must be rolled.
Okay.
The threshold is 6.
Oh.
Easily enough, Nather climbs up the mountain, and all of the attacks miss completely. And now, Etheria and the Breeze can take action.
The Breeze, I think you should advance first. It seems like the stronger one, more clever one than I am.
I will seek to hide within my shadows.
Again, Etheria acts.
I seek to hide my shadows. Sorry.
It is actually an automatic success, easily accomplished.
Sweet.
And now, the Breeze notices that all of the squadrons are confused by the actions of Nather and Etheria, flying around erratically, ignoring the Breeze completely.
Humans, I don't want to harm you, but if you threaten us, then I must say, I must do this now. I climb on top of one of the buildings, and I swipe at one of the helicopters.
Now, the Breeze must roll might plus might. The threshold is 7.
I attack at one of the helicopters, my claws swiping at it.
Several of the aircraft are taken down. And out of nowhere, blinking into existence with a sharp sound, 2 huge monsters make their appearance. One of them is shaped like a rubbery armadillo with a single huge eye on its forehead, sharp teeth. The other one resembles a humanoid form with the pincers of a spider aberration, 6 red glowing eyes. Everyone must roll initiative. Roll 1 die and add your initiative value.
What is my initiative? Okay, so 1 die plus 9.
What did Nather roll?
12.
What did Etheria roll?
12.
What did Debris roll?
3.
From the place of advantage, Nather can act first.
So I'll towards the spider and bite one of its legs.
Roll might and any attribute that you wish. The threshold is 7.
Going to use my reactions to get down there quickly. Three.
Roll 3 dice. The threshold is 6.
That'll be 2.
The creature is violently impacted by Nather's attack and almost falls over. Now Etheria can take action.
I will launch a mental attack on the armadillo.
Etheria misses its turn by thinking in the future in wheel. But now the creatures retaliate. The armadillo thing rolls and launches itself at Nather. Nather can take a reaction. Describing acting the action, carrying out action.
Right. Almost shock in the fact that it's nearly fallen over and moved just out of the way.
The impact is lessened as Nather took action in time, but still, Nather was slightly impacted. 1 single point of pain damage.
Mm-hmm.
And now, Debris can take action.
Seeing that Nather has been wounded in combat, I quickly rush to her side and I let out a mighty bellow as ghosts fly towards her into the air, and you can feel a healing presence.
Roll power plus power. Power twice. The threshold is 6. Every 6 or above is a success. Nather is completely healed. And now Nather can take action.
I'll try and go for one of the other legs.
Thinking about the future, Nather misses its action. Now Etheria can act in the present.
I launch a mental attack on the armadillo.
Roll power plus willpower.
So 3,
The threshold
8.
is 6.
3. Then just re-roll these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 successes.
Roll those 7 successes. The threshold is now 5.
4 successes.
The armadillo roars in pain, shaking around erratically. It immediately launches itself at Etheria. Etheria can react.
I dodge out of the way.
Missing Etheria completely. The arachnoid quickly recovers from this damage suffered by Nather and throws web in all directions. Everyone is covered in webbing, restrained completely. And now, the breeze can take action.
I grab the webbing with my mouth and with my claws and start ripping it apart.
Roll might plus might.
Nine. 7, 10, and 2.
The breeze has completely released itself from the webbing. And now Nather can take action.
I'll try and eat it.
By thinking
Yeah, I
about
can't
the
tell you the
future, the present, in the present. Nather rolls might plus any other attribute. The threshold is 6.
I 2.
Completely free from the webbing. Now Etheria can take action.
I attempt to break the webbing.
Roll any 2 attributes of your choice.
Any 2. Endless possibilities. I'm going to go with willpower and reaction to send out a burst of shadow energy to break the webs.
The threshold is 6.
Five successes.
Completely free from the webbing. Both of the monsters rip out buildings, killing several people in the process, and launch them at Nather and the breeze. They both have a chance to react.
I quickly grab the rubble beneath me and throw it up throw it up.
Nather can react as well.
I will try and move towards one of the buildings and maybe get some of the people still in there down. If I can get up there and bring them back down again. It will be one at a time.
The breeze easily avoids taking damage through the action. Nather manages to protect various people. The confidence goes up to 30 in total. Everyone started with 20 confidence. Now everyone has 30 confidence. But Nather has suffered 2 points of pain damage. And now the breeze can act.
With the broken building below me, I see the bodies beneath me. There's nothing that I can do. However, there is something I can do in this case. I pick up the rubble and toss it back at the creature who just threw it at me. With a vengeance in my eyes.
Roll might plus reaction. Threshold is 6.
I toss it back with a vengeance.
The number of successes.
Oh yeah. 1.
Roll that single success. The threshold is 6.
As I throw it into the sky, it breaks apart before it hits it.
The breeze fell into the delusion of controlling the game world, but the building was destroyed, swatted away by the creature that used the webbing. And now Nather can act.
I'll see if there's anything sort of from where I am above that I can push up and drop on the monsters.
Nather spots
Building.
a building nearby on the verge of collapsing. Nather can still take an action.
I will but look for debris in said building and push it off onto their heads.
Roll reaction plus any other attribute. The threshold is 5.
I think I'm going to go with reaction and luck, because this sounds like it might be interesting. Six.
It falls completely upon the distracted creature that produced the webbing. The arachnoid suffers a terrible hit. It is about to collapse, exposing itself completely to Etheria that can now take action.
I lash at its legs to topple it.
Roll might plus might. The threshold is 4.
Might plus might, did you say?
Might plus might. The threshold is 4.
5 successes.
Roll those 5 successes. The threshold is 5.
3 successes.
The attack was so violent that the creature collapses completely, impaling itself upon various pieces of structures that have been destroyed. The surviving armadillo creature rolls away, apparently in a panic, making pathetic noises. The breeze can now act.
I chase it down and try to pin it to the ground.
Roll might plus reaction. The threshold is 6.
I leap into the air and attempt.
Number of successes.
Oh, yeah. Keep forgetting that. 2 successes.
Roll those 2 dice. The threshold is 7. 7 or above. 1 success. It is easily done. Now the breeze is on top of the armadillo creature, and Nather can take action.
We'll have a look for anything that's on the verge there of dying and squeeze. And something to see if I can squeeze its last breath.
As soon as Nather does that, the creature begins to shine and explodes. The breeze takes 2 health damage. Nather and Etheria, being hit by some of the pieces of the creature, only take 1 pain damage.
Sweet.
A few humans gather around you, and with their tiny sounding voices, apparently cheer on all of you.
I lower my face and nuzzle one of the humans.
10 points to confidence. To everyone, gets 10 points to confidence.
Yeah, I forgot this is a stat we have to look after. So we're on 40 now, are we?
You now hear a limping, stomping sound from behind. And you can see Gomodor limping, carrying a destroyed plate in one of its 3-clawed hands. Begins clacking and making noises, pointing back towards the half-submerged cave. Without waiting for you, it begins to limp back while motioning you to follow it.
I immediately bolt forward towards him.
I follow behind, checking my surroundings.
I'll do the same, but stay sort of somewhat away.
With everyone following, Gomodor and Nather slightly behind, everyone easily makes their way into the cave once more. Gomodor turns around, growls and hisses, making exaggerated motions. He points to a section of the cave covered in kelp and vegetation, begins removing it, and primitive paintings are revealed, but paintings the size of a kaiju, crudely painted and drawn in brownish, reddish pigments. Gomodor continues to make motions, clacking noises, explaining that these paints, these images, have been here since millennia. And images of strange-looking objects coming from globes and spheres above the cave express a communication, an arrival, a contact between the humans and these strange beings. Gomodor pulls out the top of a bunker, upside down, resembling one of those objects that humans call bowls. Within it are various bones of huge animals, elephants, whales. Gomodor moves the bones around and looks at you, communicating that the answer to all of this lies in the nation of Astrala, just northeast from here, the island of Astrala. The ocean must be crossed. The elder kaiju crosses its arms and nods at you in expectation.
I kind of give it a low bow, and my lizard as a lizard can.
I tilt my head.
So I don't do sort of anything with that, but acknowledge it and just start looking at the boat.
Gomodor points towards the exit of the cave and makes various guttural noises, communicating that it is a long journey, that you must go with haste.
I then take off outside of the cave as the water splashes up my feet and up my leg.
I move out of the cave myself.
Yep. So sort of an approximation of a swim rather than look through tasting as I go.
It would seem that way,
The three kaiju make their way across the ocean towards Astrala. Some parts are shallow enough for all of you to wade through the waters. Some other parts require swimming. Easily enough, you notice that several battleships and helicopters from Blue Star City, these ones not covered in the strange purple goo, follow at a respectable distance, a few hundred meters away.
I look back towards the fair and I check her for any wounds in the previous battle.
There is a slight wound to be recovered. It can easily be healed through the breeze's power.
I start shaking back and forth as the ghosts leave my body and onto her.
An automatic success. Everyone is completely healed, especially the breeze and the Etheria because of their constitution. Everyone must roll luck plus luck. The threshold is 8.
Oh boy.
One success, no ones.
What did the breeze roll?
No successes here.
What did Nathera roll?
2.
The breeze, before everyone, bumps into an invisible barrier, suffering shock, 1 point of pain damage. An invisible barrier just discovered because of the impact that the breeze suffered.
I try to scratch at the invisible barrier.
As soon as the breeze approaches its appendage, the shock almost causes damage, almost, but it is clear that this force field, this barrier, is not to be trifled with through normal physical means.
I will launch a mental attack on the barrier, a psionic wave towards it.
For a moment, it seems as if Etheria is about to launch something, but it is considering the attack in the future.
Why did it roll?
In the present,
I launch a psionic wave towards the barrier.
There is a reverberation. The attack was immediately successful. And underneath the waters, 3 red boxes shine that were not seen before at the very bottom of the ocean floor. But then, huge waves begin to move. The battleships that have been following you sway. Some of them have been sunk. Everyone takes -10 to confidence.
-10 to confidence.
Back to 30.
Hell yeah.
And 2 huge beasts make their appearance. One is at least 2 kaiju's head above each one of you, the tallest kaiju that you have seen so far. The other one seems to be made completely out of shards of ice. No features whatsoever to it. Everyone must roll initiative. A single die plus initiative value. What did Nather roll?
15.
What did Etheria roll?
16. Sorry, I was adding it up.
What did Debris roll? Debris.
I rolled an 8.
Etheria can act now. The creatures are within 500 meters of distance. Easily within Nather's reach.
I slam the water to create a giant wave towards them to topple them.
Roll might plus any other attribute.
I will go might and willpower, as most of Etheria's attacks are mental based.
The threshold is 6.
2, 3. Roll my 10. I got 4 successes.
Roll those 4 dice. The threshold is 6.
6. Cool. 2, 3. I got 3 successes.
The violent impact hits the enemies with such a tremendous blow that they go underwater for a moment. And now, Nather can take action.
I see that one of them is nearly stood up again and use my tail to turn around and trip it back up again.
The largest creature that you can now see closely, with a crown made out of bone spikes, are produced from its head. Red eyes, horrible looking maw. If Nather can carry out the action. Rolling might plus any other attribute. The threshold is 6.
Thank you. That would be 4. I used, but the might have a tail and the reaction that it has behind to see where I can find a weak spot.
Roll those successes. The threshold is 7.
1.
There is a spot just underneath the right arm, and Nather can easily attack that spot right now.
They would like to.
It is an automatic hit. The creature is damaged. A crunch is heard. but also a roar. Now, the huge creature takes a swipe at Nather. Nather can react.
They will try and go under the water so they can't see them.
The huge creature was too fast. The pain was felt. The impact left a horrible mark on the Nather's body. 3 points of pain damage. But Etheria notices that the creature is completely exposed. There is a chance for a free action.
I send a shadow spike into the weak spot.
Roll power plus any other attribute.
Power plus any attributes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm rolling power and willpower.
The threshold is 6.
6. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes. Rolling those 5 again.
The threshold is 7.
7. Thank you. Four successes.
The creature almost falls to its left side, but the eyes, being composed completely out of ice shards, rolls up into a crouching position, and terrifying, cold, freezing aura is produced from its body. Everyone suffers 3 points of pain damage. And now the breeze can take action.
I grab a hold of the creature with my maw and throw it into the force field.
Roll might plus reaction. Threshold is 6.
I rolled a 10 and an 8.
Roll the 10 again. It explodes.
8.
3 successes. Roll 3 dice. The threshold is 5. Five or above.
9. 1 9.
The creature is easily thrown into the force field. It makes noises as if pieces of ice are breaking apart, but it is sufficiently intact enough to break free from the effect. And now, Etheria can take action.
I charge forward into the monster, pushing it and holding it against the force field.
Roll might plus reaction. The threshold is 5.
2, 3, 4 for reaction, 2 for might. Threshold 5, did you say?
5.
Sweet. 5 successes on that.
Roll 5 successes. The 5 dice. The threshold is 6.
6, thank you. 4 successes on that one.
Etheria completely obliterates the ice-composed being. It explodes against the force field. And now Nather finds itself in front of the huge, scaly being with the crown made out of spiky bones.
Fighting an impulse to run, I'm going to see if I can talk to it. I mean, it must be some form of hissing, but it might respond rather than trying to attack.
For a moment, the huge being pauses and roars through its guttural noises, communicates that every kaiju that is not with them is doomed to die. And now, the breeze can take action.
I charged towards it and ram my head into its stomach.
Roll might plus might. The threshold is 5.
6, 6, 6, 9.
Roll 4 dice. The threshold is 6.
6, 8, 4, and 5.
Almost jamming its head completely into the creature, the breeze deals a fatal blow to it, and it sinks, bleeding out, falling to the very bottom.
I
Good
look around.
job.
Thank you, Etheria. However, I wouldn't be anything without you. And I turn towards the fair and Etheria and I say, does anyone have any wounds?
Yes. and I turn around and show the massive gash down the side of the body on the right hand side.
Just like half your body missing. Just like, yes.
So I show you as well, then just to see if you decide that you don't like seeing blood. It's blue.
I look at both of you and and I send out my ghostly visages towards both of you, and as you hear the chimes of humans just singing a chorus of what seems to be angels.
The spirits of the dead heal everyone completely. All points of damage suffered have been healed.
Is that including the pain damage?
Health and pain, both.
That's sweet. I just closed it because I'm an idiot.
The force field is still up, and the red boxes at the bottom, red metallic looking boxes, are still shining.
Etheria, I don't believe you're an idiot. I think you know what you need to do here. Can you figure it out? I want to test your wisdom.
I will I will attempt to identify the boxes.
Etheria is not acting in the present.
I attempt to identify the boxes.
It is easy enough for Etheria to figure out that these boxes are generating the field.
I'm going to go down and take a look while those two start thinking about it and just decide that I'm going to go and...
Nather is thinking in the future in going, but takes no action yet.
This is hard. I'm dyslexic.
Okay, I'll look at them both and go, I'm going.
Nather easily makes its way, and now stands close, swimming, diving, close to the boxes. It is quite clear that the shoddy materials are easy enough to destroy.
I will follow Nather down and usher Debris with us.
Etheria has not taken action in the present.
I follow Nather down and usher debris with me.
As you command, I knew you both would figure it out. Follow. Oh yeah. Sorry.
And I descend into the water.
Everyone is underwater
Yes.
near the metallic-looking boxes that are generating the field.
I use my tail to try and destroy the nearest box.
Easily accomplished. Nather completely destroys one of the boxes, and the entire field dissipates.
Took you long enough.
With a flash, it disappears.
Were you talking to yourself on that one?
I was talking to you two.
It's already amazing. Let's continue, my friends. Your wisdom is moving most swiftly.
I've already swum back up to the surface to try and leave the cave.
I destroyed the other box just to be safe.
Easily done. It is destroyed. A single box remains.
While I'm descended in the ocean, I destroy the other box by swiping on my tail with it.
Also destroyed completely. And the way is clear.
Better safe than sorry.
I ascend with Nather then.
I ascend up as well.
You see that the battleships and the aircraft that were following you, the humans, have approached within 300 meters. Based on their movement patterns, they seem to be following you.
I get a little bit closer to the ships, and I follow along, making sure they have a safe trip to our destination.
As all of you continue the journey towards Astrala, the humans try to communicate with the breeze, but it is impossible for such a communication to be achieved. The tiny voices are just heard, but make no sense at all. But it is easy enough to recognize smiles on their faces. Confidence goes up by 10.
Is that for all of us?
For everyone, confidence is shared by every single Kaiju.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we had individual stats. Sorry, my bad.
What are stats?
And now you have reached the island nation of Astrala. The docks are seen without damage. Everything looks calm, unlike Blue Star City.
I look around and I continue forward, but I just keep looking just rather peculiarly. I turn to both Nather and Etheria, and I say,
What do you make of this?
Well, it looks different to the other place.
Yes, Nather. And what of you, Etheria?
You are interrupted by the sounds of sirens. Tanks and planes approach your location. They come from the nation of Astrala. The battleships and planes that have been following you approach the army that has just appeared. And they seem to be communicating in some strange way, particular to humans. The tanks Do not move away. The planes continue to circle around just the area in front of you.
Standing back a little bit, I wedge myself in between the Fair and Etheria as the spirits around me remind me of war times in the past. The ghosts of my past.
I conceal myself within shadows, masking my presence.
It is easily accomplished.
I stand and watch. Well, or the equivalent of.
I know what I must do now, and I attack one of the tanks.
A piercing noise is heard by all of you, but it seems that the humans are not being affected by it. Everyone must roll willpower plus willpower. The threshold is 7.
What was the threshold, sorry?
7.
7. Fabulous. I have got 3 successes and 2 ones.
And Nather?
3.
Everyone is able to resist the horrifying noise, but everyone still suffers 1 point of pain damage.
Okay.
It is clear that your strong willpower managed to fend off the more lethal effects, but the sound comes deep from within the city, and the sound begins to increase, to become louder.
I go to investigate, still hidden in the shadows.
The army is unable to notice Etheria as it makes its way into the city. It is clear that the sound comes from a huge monument in the shape of a globe, surrounded by various smaller globes and metal ellipses.
I investigate the source.
Now the sound becomes even more powerful. It is almost impossible to resist. Everyone takes 1 point of health damage, and the sound threatens to become louder. It is coming from the monument.
I attack the monument in an attempt to break it.
Amidst the sound of people running around, cars almost going on top of the sidewalks, everyone in a huge panic as they now see this huge shadowy being revealed as it impacts the monument. The sound is eliminated, but a huge explosion occurs as Etheria destroys the monument. Etheria takes 3 points of health damage, but the sound has stopped. The explosion has caused a huge hole in the middle of this urban area, revealing a tunnel that slopes downwards. And at this very moment, coming from the sea, 2 creatures appear. One resembles a huge snake with the head of what the kaiju could identify as those small animals known as goats, with horns and fangs. The other one, a being made out of bluish light, humanoid in its shape and no features. Everyone must roll initiative.
15.
14.
8.
Etheria can take action.
I
The newly arrived monsters are too far away from Etheria. In order to approach them, if so desired, it would require an entire action.
I approach the monsters while concealing myself within shadows.
Roll reaction plus power. The threshold is 6.
1, 2, 3. Threshold 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. You roll a 10. 6. Okay, 6 dice to re-roll.
That is
Or
enough.
am I re-rolling? Oh, okay.
Etheria has now managed to approach while concealed. And now, Nather can take action. Nather is within distance of the newly arrived monsters.
I will. I'm going to approach the snake. And
Losing a
I'm-
turn by thinking in will and going in want in their mind. But now, the being of light reaches out into its chest, rips it open, and a huge red light is revealed. Causing several of the aircraft and the ships to be destroyed. Minus 20 confidence.
Ooh, that's quite a hit.
But they are not yet within reach of the kaiju, of you. The other creature, snake-like, throws itself and attempts to wrap itself around the breeze. The breeze can now take action. Reaction.
I quickly grab anything I can to throw at it as it wraps around me.
As an almost instinctual reaction, the only thing nearby is a battleship. And it is thrown with all of the people inside. The attempt is negated, but minus 20 confidence.
That's quite a hit.
And now Etheria is near the enemies, a being of light and a snake-like aberration with a goat's head.
I attack the being of light with my psionic abilities.
Roll power plus willpower. The threshold is 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 3. Threshold 6, did you say?
6.
Cool. Reroll my 10. 5 successes. So reroll those, yeah?
Yes, the threshold is 7.
7. Fabulous. That is 3 successes.
The entity is almost distorted. The being of light distorts just for a moment, but it is clear that it was severely affected by the attack. And now Nather can take action. Nather is within distance of both the being of light and the snake-like creature.
Well, they were somewhat in shock from seeing a snake-like creature and didn't know really what to do there. So now they do know, and seeing it, she grab one of my friends. Oh, what I know as a friend, I will grab part of the monument debris and throw it.
The monument was too... Oh! Immediately, Nather notices there is a piece of the monument floating from the explosion. Now Nather must roll reaction plus any other attribute. The threshold is 6.
I will test my luck and see what happens here. Seven.
Roll 7 dice. The threshold is 5. The kill threshold is 9. If a 9 or above is rolled, the being dies.
1 kill, 2 damage.
The snake, trying to get out of the way, is actually impacted. And the shard, the piece of the structure's bone, pierces it completely. It bleeds out and goes down. No movement from it anymore. It is dead. The breeze can actually take action immediately.
I charge towards the other kaiju and I rip into its arm with my teeth.
Roll might plus any other attribute. The threshold is 6.
Four successes.
Roll 4 dice. The threshold is 6 again.
One success.
The impact causes the entity to change its color. It is now a being of pure red light and immediately retaliates uncannily fast.
At the speed of light.
Everyone takes 4 points of pain damage.
Or 4
The light sears the bodies of the kaiju.
4 points of pain damage. Cool.
And now Etheria can take action.
I will slash. Oh, no, I slash at its chest with my claws.
Roll might plus might.
Might plus might.
The threshold is 6.
Fabulous, thank you. 3 successes.
Roll 3 dice. The threshold
That's not
is
good.
6 again.
Come on. That's 2 successes.
The red light creature is almost torn apart, but reassembles. But it is clear that the damage was severe. Now Nather can take action.
They have little time to think, but decide that they're going to try and go for the kill. If there is anything they can do, of course, given this.
The action must be taken.
Go. I'm going to smash it with my tail. I'm going to do it now.
Roll might plus might. Threshold is 6.
3.
Roll 3 dice. The threshold is 5.
1.
And so The creature is impacted once more. Part of its body dissipates, but still half of it remains, only half of its body. And it shines again, illuminating everything with a red light. It fumbles, it short circuits, it blinks in and out. It cannot carry out its attack, and the breeze can act now.
I check my body for any lethal damage.
The only damage suffered is pain so far.
I leap towards the creature, jumping upon it, and attempt to rip into its wiring.
Roll might plus reaction. The threshold is 5.
I rolled 2 successes.
Like a hologram, like a projection, the entity vanishes completely. Some of the military begin shooting at the three of you. This is the army from Astrala. Everyone is impacted automatically, taking 1 point of health damage. The army that followed you from Blue Star City approached the other army, and through the strange means of communication that humans employ, they seem to have accomplished a ceasefire.
I look around at all the carnage and see these humans getting mercy upon us. And I turn towards Nether and Etheria and I say,
What do we do next? I've never seen a human show mercy like this before.
Watch them. See what they do. If they're not doing that, they're not shooting at us.
I think we should do this before. Etheria, what's your thoughts on this, my friend? Observation.
I go back a few hundred yards away and a few thousand yards away and see as best I can within reason.
The breeze notices a momentaneous, almost instant flash of purple light coming from the area within the city where Etheria destroyed the monument.
I look around for Etheria and I see if he's still with me.
Etheria is nearby.
I point with my claw and I...
What is this? Etheria, despair, do you have a clue? Unknown presence. There is also something I should do.
I send the ghosts upon your bodies, their flesh feeling the healing light of the ghosts.
The ghosts easily heal Etheria completely, both pain and health.
And then I send the ghosts back to me as they cover my body in it feels like horror, battle scars all over the place being healed. But then it feels just so great afterwards.
The ghosts completely heal the breeze.
And I do this, and I send the ghost after Netheria, and hope she. And I
Nether.
pray. Oh, Nether. I pray inside my human-like mind that Nether. She's earned my respect to stay.
The ghosts completely heal Nather.
What now?
You see that both armies approach the zone where the hole was left by the monument. The small creatures, the humans, dressed in what you recognize as the clothings of their warrior caste, begin to talk with each other, making little noises, pointing towards the hole.
Nefer, our leader, would you like to instruct us on what to do next? You are the most noble and wise leader.
I look at where the tunnel is that we saw and sort of point the tail and think, maybe we go down there.
As soon as Nather points that out, a horrifying stomping sound, much larger than ever before, approaches from the huge hole. As Etheria remembers, the hole is colossal, more large enough, more than enough to allow the entrance of any kaiju into it. And out of it comes out what could be identified as a colossal, titanic, two-headed horse, like those small animals that you have seen before. A two-headed horse. There is a black horn on the top of each head. The horse is of an orange color, the two-headed horse, and two strange black horn-like appendages come out of its back. The horse tramples upon the humans, and everyone must roll initiative.
Seven. Oh god, I've done this one before.
12.
Yes.
16.
15.
The two-headed monstrosity immediately faces in the direction of Nather, the Breeze, and Etheria. Both of its horns are placed together, and a wave of dark green energy is thrown in your direction. Everyone can react to this.
Not wanting to destroy any of the human infrastructures here and sacrificing even more human lives, I jump in front of Nether and Etheria and take the blow myself.
I flap myself on the floor or the ground.
I do the same. So
The Breeze takes 5 points of health damage.
that's tough.
Nather and Etheria, while shielded and thanks to their quick actions, still suffer 2 points of health damage. The humans begin making noises of cheering on all of you. some of the humans were actually behind the breeze, and a few of them actually managed to survive the terrible dark green wave. The confidence has gone up by 60.
Oh, wow.
And now, Etheria can take action.
I move into the shadows and launch an attempt to make a sneak attack on the monster.
Roll reaction plus any other attributes.
Reaction and
The threshold is 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm doing reaction and willpower. Why not? 7, you said, yeah?
7.
Okay, gotta re-roll my 10. Okay, that is 6 successes. So re-roll those 6 dice, is
Roll
it?
6 dice. The threshold is 7 again.
I'm guessing there's no kill threshold.
No.
Damn. That is 3 successes.
Now Etheria can damage the horse
Okay. Am I...
by describing, by taking action.
I emerge from the shadows with with my hand formed into a shadow spike, lunging upwards towards one of the heads.
The infernal creature makes a hellish sound as it is damaged. And now Nather can take action.
I rise up from the ground, both head and tail, and use to try and bite over the underside of the other head.
Roll any 2 attributes of your choice. The threshold is
Such freedom.
6.
So, considering I don't know where to strike, there'll be some luck involved here, I think, and I will go for it as quick as I can to see what happens and take by surprise.
Threshold is 6.
Four.
Roll the 4 dice. The threshold is 6 again.
Two.
Purple blood begins to pour out of the wounds caused by Nather. The creature once more makes the most annoying hellish sounds. And now the breeze can take action.
As the green wave seems to melt my skin, I just feel a rage throughout my body. But yet I know I must not hold back, and I let the ghosts pour over me and trying to attempt to heal me again. But I don't know if they can.
Willpower plus power. The threshold is 6. The number of successes rolled are applied to health first. Each success equals 1 point of healing.
4 successes, and I got to re-roll them, right?
No, 4 points are healed to your health. The horse aberration begins swinging both of its horned heads, its bony appendages from the back, its hooves, and attacks everyone at the same time. This kaiju is enormous, even larger than the one that you fought before. Everyone can react to the attacks.
I attempt to dodge out of the way and get behind it.
I go to the side.
I quickly go, dodge, move towards a building to get out of the way without harming any human lives if I can.
The breeze suffers an impact that causes 3 points of pain damage. Both Etheria and Nather are impacted by each one of the heads. The impact caused 2 points of pain damage. And now Etheria can act.
I jump on its back in an attempt to restrain the heads.
Roll reaction plus any other attribute. The threshold is 5.
Okie dokie. Threshold 5, yeah?
5.
One, 2, 4, 5, 6. Just gotta reroll my 10s. Oh, lucky that. Okay, reroll another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
And so it is accomplished, no need to reroll. The Etheria gets on top, and the heads are almost completely firmly secured. And now Nather can take action.
I strike from the side and come up under the head that is the least damage and go for that and do the same as I tried to the previous one.
Roll might plus reaction. The threshold is 5.
That would be 6.
Nice.
Roll 6 dice. There is a kill threshold of 10. The normal threshold damage threshold is 6.
Sorry. Uh, 4 damage, 1 kill.
Nice.
The attack goes deep into the very core of the creature, and it belches, throws out all sorts of fluids, mostly purple and yellowish in color. It collapses, just barely missing Nather as it falls down, almost crushing Nather, but the reaction was just in time to get out of the way. The creature lies dead, and you hear a clacking sound behind you, and a hiss.
I turn my head.
And there you see the elder Gomodor, the huge crab-like, turtle-like being, using its metal pipe as a walking stick. It nods with approval and points out with a trembling, bloodied arm towards the hole where the creature came out of. And we are now out of character. The session has concluded with that cliffhanger.
Ooh.
So
Love
great job. What do you think about the session?
Yeah, it's good. I liked it.
Good work, man. I really like the system. I like your GMing style. I'm proud of all of our players here. You did an amazing job. Best group I've ever been a part of. I mean that.
It was good.
Yeah.
At the start, we all
Sorry.
stumbled a bit, starting with me. Because I didn't with the name tag I saw the white man
sorry.
and it was not there. Yeah, it was because I was like doing the math and I got confused and I was like, oh, but
Yeah.
after that we got perfectly well. And I also like it that you immediately adapted to the present. At first there was the I'm going, but later on, yeah, adapted pretty quickly to everything.
Which is why I liked playing with it, because it's sort of a case of, because I have a character that is actually, in my opinion, younger and moving between dimensions, a case of they're not always going to know how to react immediately. And I thought that was actually, I was quite proud of myself for thinking of that, but considering it's 2 a.m.
Are you were going to say something like Silverlight?
I was just gonna say, like, it was really funny that Raya kept rolling luck rolls, and they were also the ones continuously getting the
lucky.
kill rolls. It was just really fitting.
Yeah. I was like, you are a true warrior. I respect you as a leader now.
Bow to the fair.
Literally, I have it sort of visually up. I think one's rolled over, but I still actually have the roll, but you can't see it on camera. But it's these ones. Yes.
Nice.
Maybe it's luck that they're brought from the other dimension or the other world, like a lucky
Ooh, that's a thing.
energy.
That would be cool.
I'm gonna
If there's
carry
from the
on
lucky
doing-
dimension.
Well,
the fair is the real definition of a leprechaun.
Thanks to everyone who has been watching this actual play at home. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is just part one. This is actually a 2-part mini campaign. We're going to be playing the next part next Saturday. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Yes. Same time or different time?
Same time.
Yeah, I'll be good to go.
Perfect. So once again, thank you to everyone who has been watching this actual play. If you have any comments or questions, please let us know in the comments section. And remember, roleplay solves everything. Once again, thank you for watching this, and I'm going to stop the recording in 10 seconds.
Woohoo.